Keep it going for her, yeah.
So sorry. All right. Not trusting me, y'all. How are we doing? Give it up for yourselves for coming out to live comedy tonight. Maximizing merriment. That's what we're all about here. So I want to hear it. Who's down with OPP? Who's down with OPP? Yeah, that's old people problems. All right? If you're old enough to know that, you're old enough to know. Old people problems. Let me ask you this. I go to the dentist because I have a cracked tooth, and they say, you have to go to an endodontist and get a root canal. And I say, okay. So I go to the endodontist, and they say, I need to see your referral in writing. Because there's a long line down the street of people without a referral who want to get a root canal? Explain this to me. Yeah, I don't get that. I also want to know, at what age do they start asking you at the doctor's office? You know, they ask you those standard questions like, do you wear seatbelts? How much do you drink? Do you smoke? Have you fallen in the last 30 days? I think I'm doing all right. I'm even wearing heels. You know, if you had asked me this in my 20s, the answer would have been much different because I was doing a lot more drinking and a lot more falling down. So I don't think they should wait until you're a certain age to start asking you that question. Could have actually saved me a lot of hassle. So, yeah, I don't drink. Anybody else sober? Yeah? It might be non-alcoholic wine. I don't know. No judgment, no judgment. Just asking. Because since I stopped drinking, I need to find thrill-seeking in other ways in my life. So one of the ways that I do that is when people say, if you wouldn't mind turning off your cell phones, you know, for whatever, a movie or a meeting or whatever. I don't. I leave it on. Not to be an ass, but it's a game. So I'll watch it. And as soon as it lights up, I'll turn it off. It's a game I play. See, I'm telling you, I'm a thrill seeker. All right? Other games I play, I wait till the very last ounce of gas is in my car. I have pulled up to the gas station. It says 1 mile left. 1 mile. And I'm winning because I have never run out of gas. I call that living in the fast lane. I also, what else do I do to amuse myself? I'm a thrill seeker, you guys, as you can tell. Sometimes I won't refill the toilet paper in my home bathroom right away. There's a box of Kleenex. How many Kleenex are in there is a complete mystery because it's a box of Kleenex. It's like a magic box. You pull one out, it might be the first, it might be the last. You don't know. Living on the edge. Living on the TP tightrope, as I like to call it. Speaking of games, the state fair is coming up. Does anybody get excited about the state fair? Here's a little PSA. I looked it up. It's September 5th through the 15th. And they are going to have a new food court this year. It's Catholic-themed food. They're going to have deep-fried communion wafers. They're going to have Our Lady of Guacamole nachos. And they're going to have dead guy on a stick. Well, technically that's two sticks. I'm sorry. sorry. I'm sorry for you Catholics in the house. I don't understand religion. I don't. I never will. I've also never understood the English language. There are a lot of things that are just silly. Just silly. It's my only language. I speak very little Spanish, but I've been speaking English my whole life. And when I started to speak English, my parents would say daddy, and I would just say dee, and it just stuck. And to this day, I call my dad D. And do you know what that means? I came from D's nuts. That is a realization that I have had. Okay, but other weird English language things. You know when you go buy plants, there's annuals and there's perennials. The annuals don't come back annually. They die every year. Why do we call them annuals? It makes no sense to me. I don't understand this. I don't understand. I was looking at a box of matches. It said, match lights quickly. Okay, I don't know about thermodynamics, but I've never seen anything light slowly. It ignites quickly. That's the way it happens. I don't know why they're explaining this to me. I'm driving down the street, I go by a marquee at Burger King, it says, cheesy tots are back. We're eating children now? Well, no, not all of them, only the ones who tell inferior jokes. Those are the ones that we're eating, apparently. I know. And how about this? Some people say that they're on a fixed income. Raise your hand if you're on an unlimited income. Yeah, nobody. Everybody's on a fixed income. I will never understand that. Or how about when you go to the doctor and they ask you if you've fallen in the last 30 days, and you get a prescription, and you take it and you give it to a pharmacist. And what is in between you and the pharmacist? A counter. But it's not over the counter. It's a prescription. If it was over the counter, I would get it on the shelf. I don't get it, guys. I don't get it. I never will. Speaking of drugs, do you think Nora Ephron takes norepinephrine? Because I think she should. She should just have a pass. She should get whatever she wants. And have you guys heard of Mary Kill? I have heard some really bad things about her. All I know is people keep saying, fuck Mary Kill. I'm staying away. I'm keeping my distance. I think that was just for the one guy in the back. Thank you. So do any of you use generative AI like ChatGPT or Gemini? Anybody use that? Yeah? What do you use it for? You don't mind telling us.
I'm a teacher, so I use it for like higher level questioning, deeper questions, to make them think a little bit more than just giving them the correct answer.
Okay, so not like me, where I ask it questions about sex. No. And it won't answer. It won't answer me. It is not degenerative AI, because it will not answer my questions about sex. It's very frustrating. It is frustrating. So I also don't know, when did we start saying in retail establishments, you walk in and they say, welcome in. It used to just be welcome. Now it's welcome in. You sick people, I keep that phrase for the bedroom, okay? I don't know why you're slutting it up in the retail establishments. Do we still have a child here?
Yes.
He's
All right.
Welcome in.
So here's another phrase, tickling the ivories. We all know what that means, right?
Yeah.
playing the piano, sometimes called tickling the ivories. I thought it meant giving a blowjob with too much teeth. I didn't know. I didn't know. Are we team Twitter or are we team X? Because neither. They renamed it like over a year ago. I don't know. All I know is I have dated a lot of men, but I can confidently say I will never be Elon Musk's ex. So I got that going for me. I have reached a certain age, though, you guys, where the regular dating apps just don't work for me anymore. Like Bumble and Hinge, they just don't work. The only thing that's left now is carbon dating. That's the only way I'm gonna find somebody. I might just start out my own app, call it carbon dating. And we might even have it be somewhat political. Swipe left if you're a Democrat, swipe right if you're a Republican, just separate, just don't even have to deal with that whole mess. I have a friend, I have this guy friend who he likes to get a female perspective on dating, and he asked me, "Are you ever disappointed by size?" And I said, "Only a little." Only a little. So you guys, sometimes I am often late for things. It's a problem. It is really a problem. I didn't used to be like this, and I think part of the problem is that I don't factor in poop time. Because, you figure, how long it takes you to get ready and shower and hair and makeup and all that. And then all of a sudden, I'm sitting on the toilet for longer than I anticipated. Some people poop on a schedule. Like regular, like every day they know it's gonna come at the same time. For me, it's a crapshoot. I don't know. I mean, don't worry in the front row here. I have control over my bowels, okay? It's not gonna just shoot out. But sometimes I don't plan for it, and sometimes I'm late. And the other day, I'm taking a shit. Hey, everybody poops. There's a book. Look it up. Educate yourself. So I'm doing my thing because, I'm not normal, but I am regular in this area. And I stand up because I poop sitting down. And I turn around to flush. And I see what is in the toilet bowl. And it is shocking, okay? It's shocking. And I have this fleeting thought, should I take a picture of it? No! Absolutely not! My God, you sicko! I didn't take a picture of it, but I was concerned that thought came to my mind. And then my next thought was, it is a really good thing I don't have kids. Because if I am even this much proud of a literal dump in the toilet, can you imagine if I birthed a human being? I would have to take out a loan and get like a whole server farm to store all of my photos and videos on of that child. It would be terrible. Woo. So then, my next thought is, I'm worried that this is not going to go down when I flush. And let me tell you why. It's not just the mass and the girth and the length of it all, but much like much like a human can have a colonoscopy where they put a colon in and see what's going on, the pipes at my house, the plumbing has had a colonoscopy of sorts, and they put a camera in and there are roots growing in my plumbing, okay? Not my personal plumbing. That's polyps. This is actual roots. Very similar to polyps. Growing under my house, in my pipes. And I think, I am very concerned about a clogging situation here when I flush. And then I have an idea. Why do we reserve the garbage disposal for the kitchen? Why don't we put one in the toilet? Make sure the lid is down before you turn it on, because that's a mess I don't want to clean up. But we could come up with a fun name like Shitter Shooter. I'm gonna take this to Mark Cuban. The flop chop. Okay, you guys, don't steal this. Don't steal this idea. I'm taking this to Shark Tank. Shark Tank. I could call it Shark Tank. The ideas just keep coming. So yeah. So anyhow, like I said, I don't have kids, and here's a tip for all you ladies who may also not ever want to get pregnant.
Sure.
All right.
Childless dog ladies. Child-free dog ladies.
Child-free dog lady. High five. Me as well. But for my form of birth control, I don't use an IUD. I use an IED because it is guaranteed that I will not get pregnant, and it results in some bomb-ass pussy. Thank you very much, everybody. I'm Alli.